Good morning. Welcome to another session on environmental impact assessment.
We shall continue with Unit 4, Environmental Management Plan. Course outcome, explain the Environmental Management Plan. Learning outcome, example of the Environmental Management Plan. Specific outcomes, EA report for 1000 megawatt coal-based thermal power plant at Naraj, Martapur, Cuttack, Orissa. So, Environmental Management Plan consists of the following activities: specific action plan for implementing the mitigation measures, monitoring of environmental quality, rainwater harvesting, training, statutory requirements and implementation, documentation, green belt plantation, and social responsibility. Implementation plan. So, the mitigation plan is the key to ensure that the environmental qualities of the area will not deteriorate due to construction and operation of the project. The mitigation plan covers all aspects of construction and operation phases related to the environment. Mitigation plan needs to be implemented right from the conception and should continue till the end. Implementation of the environmental mitigation measures is the most important task of the EMP. The plan can be divided into two phases. One is during the construction phase and second one is during the operational phase. An implementation task list is formed and the important mitigation measures are included. The list also includes the time frame of implementation and also the responsibility of the concerned authority. Monitoring of the environmental quality. The success of environmental control measures can only be understood by proper monitoring of the environmental parameters. A detailed monitoring for different environmental parameters will be carried out as per the direction of the State Pollution Control Board. So this was carried out in Orissa, so Orissa Pollution Control Board. Monitoring methodologies will follow standard methods prescribed by the CPCB, Bureau of Indian Standards, US EPA, AWWA, etc. All monitoring reports will be submitted to State Pollution Control Board. So here US EPA and AWWA are for other countries. For us it is CPCB and Bureau of Indian Standards. Ambient air quality. So this will be monitored within the plant and in the vicinity of the vicinity as directed by the State Pollution Control Board. The parameters will include the SPM, that is suspended particulate matter. RPM is respirable particulate matter. SO2 is sulfur dioxide. NO2 is nitrogen dioxide. The report will be submitted to State Pollution Control Board. The sampling and analysis of the air pollutants will be done as per the norms suggested by the CPCB and also the Bureau of Indian Standards as per code IS 5182. Stack emissions. Stack emissions from boiler stack will be monitored monthly or as directed by the State Pollution Control Board. The results will be analyzed to find out whether those are meeting the required level. Particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide or NOx, nitrogen oxides and gas flow will be monitored. Online automated stack monitoring equipments will be installed for monitoring of the stack emissions. Right? So these are the chimneys that are there in the factories from which the air pollutants are released into the air. Noise monitoring. This will be carried out inside the units near the high noise generating areas once in a month. Ambient noise monitoring just outside the plant limit will be conducted monthly. Noise levels monitored will include the LEQ daytime, LEQ nighttime, Lmax and Lminimum. So these are the units in which they are measured. Water quality. So water quality at the discharge point will be monitored every day for the 11 parameters as mentioned for thermal power plants. Water quality near the discharge point on Mahanadi River will be monitored monthly because this project was near Mahanadi River. More parameters or locations may be included for monitoring if directed by the State Pollution Control Board. The sampling and analysis methodologies of the water samples will be as per IS 2488 and IS 3025. Quality assurance. A quality assurance plan should be developed which will include all reference methods for monitoring, relevance, analytical techniques, calibration of equipments, standard of regions, collection and presentation of results, etc. All monitoring activities will be reviewed to find out the implementation of all the required norms. Periodic environmental audit may be arranged to make quality assurance a success. Periodic prevention maintenance. All pollution control, monitoring and safety equipment shall be periodically checked and calibrated. Safety and health. Periodic monitoring of the health of the workers will be carried out as required by the Factory Act. For safety, mock drill of the concerned employees for handling the emergency situation will be carried out as a part of the on-site emergency plan. Air quality at the workplace will be measured intermittently. green belt development. There will be all efforts for improving the environmental quality of the plant complex through tree planting in an organized manner. The trees will be planted inside the plant in vacant areas along the boundary walls in rows to develop a wide green belt, and also in dust prone areas, that is schoolyards, ash ponds, along with vacant area for landscaping including gardening. So there is about 200 acres of land with a hillock. It's a hill, right? So this large tract of land will be vegetated and plantation will be developed on the hillock slope, and the area will turn to be a large green park. Rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is now an important component of wise resource use and environmental management. So during operation of the plant, following approach will be taken to implement the rainwater harvesting plan. Rainwater from the roofs of all the station buildings of the units, stormwater drains adjoining the roads of cooling towers, uh, ESPs, boiler areas of the plants will be collected in a rainwater collecting tank. ESP is actually a instrument actually for for the control of air pollution. So it's actually electrostatic precipitator, right? So all stormwater drains of the main plant area shall be connected to the rainwater collecting tank. Rainwater collected in the rainwater tank is to be utilized for further use. So this is achieved by installing a suitable pump at one end of the tank. This shall pump the collected water to the synthetic PVC tank installed on the roof of the superstructures like station buildings, etc. Size of the synthetic tank shall be suitably sized based on the rainfall intensity and the runoff thereof. Additional tanks should be installed as and when the underground tanks are added. PVC pipe is proposed for pumping water from the rainwater collecting tank to the tanks on the top of the building. Training is of much importance in environmental management. Environmental science is a developing subject, and the people implementing environmental strategies should remain up to date with the environmental control processes. The person in charge of the environmental job should attend suitable training courses. Besides, there shall be a training program for the general employees at different levels. Statutory requirements. Each industry need to meet a number of statutory requirements under Water Act, Air Act, Environmental Act, hazardous waste rules, manufacture, storage, and import of hazardous chemical rules, etc. Company also has also to submit yearly environmental statements. Environmental management plan will ensure that these entire statutory requirements are met in time. So I think you might have studied about these acts either in your earlier courses on environment, or at least you'll be studying these things in the environmental studies course. Documentation is an important step in implementing environmental management plan. All statutory norms should be kept at one place for quick references. All monitoring results should be kept at selected folders which can be easily accessed. The presentation of the results should be planned. Graphs and diagrams can be used to show the trend in environmental quality or achievement. Documents shall be kept at a declared position. Document should include the following. First one, major technical information in operation, organizational charts, environmental monitoring standards, environmental and related legislations, operational procedures, monitoring records, quality assurance plan for monitoring, and last one, emergency plans. Environment management cell. A separate environment management cell should be established to implement the EMP. The cell shall report to the plant manager. The cell shall ensure the suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the environmental management program. The management review process will ensure that the necessary information is collected to allow management to carry out its evaluation. The review will be documented. So this is just a table showing what are the environmental components, what are the remedial measures, what is the time frame during which the mitigation plan should be carried out, and who is responsible for that, right? So I'll just read through the environmental components and the remedial measures, because the time frame is throughout the construction phase, and you have some contractor or supervisor or maybe a consultant who has to do the responsibility. So let's look at the environmental components. Groundwater. So there should be no extraction of groundwater. Surface water, no disposal of any wastewater outside. Drinking water requirement, arrange water without affecting the local requirements. Wastewater from Workers' camps ensure proper sanitation and drainage, no direct uh, discharge of wastewater into the water bodies such as rivers, right, or nalas. Air or noise, dust generation, spraying of water wherever required so that the dust does not, puff off into the air. Gases emissions from construction work vehicles ensure checking of vehicular emission and obtaining the pollution under control certificate. Noise from machineries and construction ensure machineries meeting noise level standards. As far as land is concerned, your land development, so preserve the excavated topsoil to use for green belt development. Solid waste from construction work, ensure dumping at some pre-selected location. Others, occupational health, ensure necessary facilities according to Factory Act. So you can see that there is a list of environmental components. They are given what are the remedial measures to be taken and what is the time frame and who is responsible for that. Right, so some more wastewater, no discharge of untreated wastewater outside the plant, gas emissions, pollution control equipments and dispersion through stack, air quality, regular monitoring according to schedule, emission quality, regular stack emission monitoring according to schedule, water quality, monitoring of wastewater quality before and after discharge, groundwater around ash pond should be monitored, noise, all machinery should follow relevant noise regulations, regular monitoring according to the schedule, solid waste should be disposed at pre-selected site within the plant premises and in ash pond, safety, maintaining all safety provisions, statutory requirements, meet all statutory requirements within the time schedule. So we have actually seen we have seen the case study or a sample environmental management plan for a particular uh, coal-based thermal power plant, right? So we have seen what are the different actions they are taking, and also we have seen the list of environmental components as well as the remedial measures that are to be taken for each of the environmental component, what is the time frame and who is responsible for that, right? So thank you.
Thus, we come to the end of this session. Thank you for your participation. Looking forward to meeting you in the next session.